Good luck, guys. Let's have a good first race of the season. And, of course, let's make it a good one.
In my veins, every step a jagged refrain, crawling through the static haze, burning skin against the blaze. Is it worth it to keep moving when the edge is calling me? Push past the pain, feel it break, feel it crack through the static, no turning back. Push past every scream, every scar. I find out who we really are. Fists clench against the grind, blood and sweat, it rewinds. Echo scream, can't ignore. Walls crumble, show me more. Will it end here or go deeper? What's the cost of breaking free? Push past the pain, feel it break, feel it crack through the static, no turning back. Push pain, every scream, every scar. I'll find out who we really are. I'll find out who we really are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vortex Racing Network's production of Monday Night Mayhem. The Moonlight Racing League is live at Richmond Raceway for round number 8 of our 13-race regular season. Too wide in the booth, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, bringing you all the action that can be held here at Richmond. I'll tell you what, Zach, this thing heating up It is a win and you're in, but the points starting to spread out, points getting tougher to come by. What do we expect tonight, especially after last week, Colin Bollinger becomes the first two-time driver to win. Then he gets a 5-point penalty for his incident with Lesko on a restart. So 2 wins, 1 win for 5 other guys, but man, it's spicy taco.
Yes, it is, Mean Gene, and those points I just flashed are not updated with all that, so I'm gonna have to update those at some point. But you are so right. Even with the winning you're in, it still feels like you got to be so consistent over here. It took until race 7 last week over in Chicago to crown a 2-time winner. We were 6 for 6 before that. So this is a big race here today at Richmond, a super loose, super tight racetrack, and not just that, Mean Gene. One of the biggest fields, if not the biggest, we have seen all season over here.
Tell you what, they got about 29 guys out there right now that I'm counting. The last time they came to Richmond, Zach, was season number 1. And boys and girls at home, you want to guess how many people were there? Tell them, Zach.
It's a number that we can count, not having to take our shoes off, Mean Gene.
That's right. In fact, if we just link our hands, 3 each makes 6. 6 drivers. Joe Volpis with the win 5 seasons ago. Boy, how things have changed. Tonight, you're looking at 28 guys on the grid.
Awesome.
Very exciting to see what is going to happen here at Richmond. We just saw some action at Richmond earlier as well, as we saw Zach Panzarella take the win in the DDI ARCA race. Congrats
sure
to
lucky I'm
Zach.
not out there, Mean Gene.
And here we go. Official qualifying results. Congratulations.
Oh.
Nate Lesko gonna take the pole. He's on the first row by his new best friend, King of the North, Colin Bollinger, who might or might not be responsible for taking him out of the race last week.
Maybe.
Second row, Kenneth Redinger gonna be joined by Joe Volpis. Eric Gambrell firing off from the 5th position. Matthew Zerwick, best start of the year, gonna be in 6th. Jay Stinson gonna start in 7th place. Keep an eye on Jay, right on the cusp of playoff appearance, and he's got less races than the guys around him. Tony Iverson gonna start in 8th. Grant Applegate 9th. Eric Thornton 10th. That's 3 high-side hustlers all in a row. Sam Milliken gonna fire off from the 11th position. Justin Parham starting in 12th. Ryan Holler, that's another guy with 1 less start than everybody, but he's in 12th in the playoffs. Wyatt Mickelson 15th. Brad Furrow in
14th Mickelson, there you go.
14th Mickelson, 15th Furrow, and 16th Buddy Sully. Take it away, Zach.
Yeah, we got to about as high as we can count there, Mean Gene. You did good, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Number in 17th, we got a guy who has been so strong lately. We'll keep our eye on him to see how he works his way through the field. That's going to be the 59 of Jay Dargert. In 18th, we got Nick Mills. Look for him to make some big passes early. 19th, we have the guy who led nearly the most laps last week at Chicagoland, Michael Mata. It'll be fun to watch him work through the field. In 20th place, we got Jack Sanders. Craig Schroeder returning in the 66. He'll be in 21st. KK Kevin Kyle, he's one of the guys doing double duty. He was just in the ARCA race, but he did not put in a time here. He'll be starting in 22nd, and none of these guys put in a time. Matt Nobella, Alex Hillman, Lucas Alves, Jay Bev, John Beverly, Steve Lewis, Hunter Hall, and I believe we got a few more, and Brandon Guerin. And we have just enough time because we cannot disappoint our friend Kevin or all our fans at home.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Don't miss Chuck and Larry, July 29th, guys.
There you go. You got to make it happen. Fun fact about Kevin James, when they made that MMA movie where he was a teacher trying to raise money, Boss Rutan said he actually hit really hard. And that when he lifted that dude in that arm bar, they had cable for the scene when it was shot, but Kevin James apparently straight lifted that dude 3 times.
Damn.
Just to prove that he could do it. so nobody would doubt his physical prowess.
I never doubted his physical prowess.
Nah, Kevin James, dude. So could you go ahead and tell him he's not going to be in the booth with Kevin Kyle on Thursdays? It's time for him to get that news.
I have to do it?
Yeah. Pace car is off. Keeping an eye on the number 10 Dunkaroos Toyota.
Cool.
Side by side with Colin Bollinger. Flag is waved. Away we go. Slow start there by Lesko playing games. Got Bollinger to cross the line before him. Let's see if a penalty comes out.
Ooh.
Redinger in third. Volpus 4. Eric Gambrell. Look at the high side there by Joe Volpus. Up front, Lesko does regain the lead. I'm still curious. Let's see if I haven't heard anything on the mic about a flag. So maybe Colin did slow down enough.
We go on the flag man, not the leader to start these races as Iverson kind of grazes the wall. So it is more possible. I mean, don't get me wrong, me and Gene, black flag is very possible, perhaps even more in the race starts. But I don't think we're going to see one there just because we did go on the flag man there. And that's why it was so late as well. Oh, no, Redinger around.
Redinger spinning. Let's see if he can slow it down.
So far, so good. Good job, boys. We don't get a mistake. But
I just got offered a Captain Morgan and Coke. Man, I like this download for the crew.
What's that?
Yeah, that was interesting. All right, so very interesting here. Alex Hillman not making the start, still in the pit. Don't know what's happening there. And then Beverly pitted immediately. He's rolling now, but going to be shown 2-3 laps down.
Interesting. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, but, you know, is what it is. That's what happens when you go get a Dunkaroo before the flag drops.
So it looks like, yeah, and that's exactly what I think. I think he did himself a Dunkaroo. Because from what I can see, it says he left the pits on -1 laps, which means he started the race in the pits. Is he laps down?
Yeah, I'm looking. It looks like it to me. Let's see here. 2.72.
Yeah, one lap down. So we should get that back here as the lucky dog.
I'm looking at him. He is rolling.
Yeah,
What happened with that spinneroonie for Redinger?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Redinger started up at the front, right? He was like third.
Yeah, he was to the inside of Bollinger for the 4-second place. It looked like he had the pass completed. Here we go. That mean-looking, completely sterile black race car today for Redinger. So you always have to look for that point where it breaks loose, and I don't quite see it yet. There it is. It's that rear end coming around, and we're probably going to say the word diffuser 100 times today, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that may be what we're looking at right here.
Somebody's got their brake bias way low.
Oh boy, man, Gene, if only you knew how low mine was for Richmond a couple hours ago here. Because it's guys gotta remember too, for those who don't know, we're usually limited to a brake bias that we can change in the car. And all brake bias does is it's pretty much how fast the car slows down, but with moving it down, which would slow down the car faster, you're losing stability. It's very easy to grab too much of that and spin yourself out. A lot of times when we see people approaching wrecks and trying to check up, and we say grabbing too much brake, and you see them take that hard left or right into the wall, that is a low brake bias normally. So that's the risk that you're running. But what these guys sometimes forget, me and Gene, is you can usually have about a 20% range, whether it be you start at 62%, and iRacing allows you to move it down to about 50. And so let's say in the ARCA car, you can move down to 50. But what some people forget is in the car itself, once you're driving, you have another 3% up or down of flexibility, which means you can go to, hypothetically, 47% brake bias.
I'm going to guess that by the end of the race, your brake bias was about 47%.
Maybe the whole race. Only time it was coming off is if we got a green flag pit stop, and that didn't happen.
Lights are off the pace car. Lesko, Bollinger still your front row. Volpus and Gambrell now in the second row, with Redinger going for this spinneroonie. Redinger has fallen in to the 26th position. Beverly did get the lucky dog, so all 28 cars on the lead lap. Waiting to go into the start zone. There we go. Great start there by Lesko. Bollinger on the outside gives chase. And look, get Volpus hugging the apron. Gonna fall into a single file. Lesko, Bollinger, Volpus Gambrel. Matt Zerwick hugging now side by side with Gambrel. Zerwick trying to get momentum. Can't do it. Outside lane with the speed. And now here comes Iverson pinching Zerwick down on that inside lane. Grant Applegate as well back there giving chase. Up front, Nate Lesko definitely feels secure with the 53 in his rear view mirror. No danger of a Willie B. Joey Logano situation here on lap
Austin
number
Dillon.
9.
Austin
Austin
Dillon
got
did it
into-
here. And that was gross. But that outside lane that we saw Iverson working there, trying to get past the 23 of Skirwick, which he did successfully do, that is a great lane to make passes on the restarts, but you don't want to be up there for too long. The bottom eventually does seem to become dominant. I'm going to make these assumptions based on what we just felt and saw over in the ARCA race, Mean Gene, which was a pretty dominant, or a bottom dominant racetrack that only really had the top alive early in runs.
Now, speaking of the top alive, let's take a look at Grant Applegate, currently in 6th. He's in that purple and gold car. This guy is trying to go on the high line. We just saw Iverson make the pass on Gambrel by going low. And now here we go again. Gambrel goes too high. Applegate shoots the bottom, gets by him very cleanly. Let's see, though, what Applegate has in store for Iverson. And there it is again, riding that high line, as you said. But how long will it be viable? That's more like lane 2. But you could see he loses a little bit of space there on Iverson.
Let's also look here as we go in the far chase. The main thing that I'm liking about this lane, and this chase, while it looks very much like a video game, is it's the exit. While it is the high line, it's where he's spending most of his time. Watch how he's exiting, steering downwards. See this, Mean Gene? That really allows you to get these big runs out of the corner, and there it is right there. That's what allows you to decide at Tony Iverson. Now you shove him up the track, and then you do that little diamond again.
Mini diamond.
Oh, no.
And that's what I was afraid of. You just can't get on it as soon. You're tight in and loose out. And that's what we saw right there. Gambrel running the more conservative line there does catch up pretty quickly, but now Applegate will reload and go after Iverson once again.
With the upset tires, too. Another big thing that I was experiencing in the ARCA race, Mean Gene, was when you had a moment like that, you really had to dial it back for 4 or 5 laps because your tires were not happy with you, and it was just begging for that to happen again. You see Applegate trying to be aggressive again, but just didn't have that same wrap in that corner. But so far, I'm liking the line that Applegate is going with. I'm curious to see how it does with tires. There's a big blink there from the 46 of Gambrel. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Gambrel missing the ARCA race before this. One of our guys we normally see double duty in, I believe, was the points leader going into that race. So good to see Gambrel here in the Cup Series. Hopefully it wasn't technology issues that kept him out of the race.
Nah, maybe he was just practicing. Who knows in the next gen.
This guy need it.
Not a bad move. I mean, honestly, for this kind of track, these cars are going to handle differently. So why not focus on this one instead? Yeah, Applegate again. So he is creeping forward. Look at Iverson, not going to give it up, going to rub that bumper.
You know what I forget about these two, me and Gene, is that they're teammates now.
Yep.
And that looked very okie dokie to me. Like, all right, fine, you go.
It could be.
We'll see.
Could be. I'll tell you who's not okie dokie. And that's going to be Bollinger and Lesko up front. Volpus still holding position back here on lap number 18. Applegate, Iverson round out the top 5. Gambrel dropped 1 spot, but slowly making progress, getting a little closer to Applegate. Matt Zerwick down in 1 spot, as is Jay Stinson. Wyatt Mickelson on the move. This guy's up 5 spots, finds himself up in 9th. That's that number 51 car. And you can see a little bit of a gap behind him as well, back to Parham, Milliken, and Thornton. So Wyatt Mickelson on the move early. We'll see how long those tires can hold up as he's pressing it. Another thing I notice about Richmond is the right side's burn, the left side's much slower rate.
Right.
So as pit stops come into the picture, I wonder who is going to be thinking about only taking right sides on one of these stops. So strategy is still going to be a big part of this. Green flag racing here, though, up to lap 20. Great run by the boys. We did have the one caution early, which Beverly appreciated, but good running so far. This is also a great opportunity, Zach, to talk about a sponsor that I think people really could have benefited from here today, and that is Fish Speed Brakes. Fish Speed Brakes, of course, that is the organization run by Jordan Fisher. Multiple coaches as well available. This is a Discord channel. These gentlemen right here give lessons and compete. If you have the opportunity to work with Fish Speed Brakes, I strongly advise it. They use Garage 61 to show you the telemetry on the car, to show you the lines that they use and that you should try to use, where you're losing speed at each part of the track. Fish Speed Brakes with Jordan Fisher, season-long sponsor. Thank you, Jordan. And for any of you who do take up Jordan on the offer to come and train, you can thank me later. Fish Speed Brakes.
Yeah, you can. Jordan Fisher, one of the greatest drivers we've ever seen here in the MRL or in BRN for that matter. Right there, you saw Kenneth Redinger with an aggressive pass on Michael Mata in the 16. Michael Mata giving a little butt tap to say thank you for that, but Redinger is doing a great job after that early spin, working through the field. We did see him duck into the pits. From what I can see, that was only to make sure there was no damage. He did not change his tires, only gave more or put more fuel in it. But phenomenal job so far from the 42, getting back up in the field. We know that 42 is fast based on how he qualified. And then back up front, Mean Gene, we saw Bollinger reel in Lesko, but since then, Lesko opening it back up just a little bit. Oh, and Volpus has lost third place.
Yeah, Volpus did give it up, but Applegate, again, one of the fastest moving cars on the track right now. No surprise to see Applegate continuing to move forward. We're just going to have to monitor how long his tires can handle the speed of what he's putting out. Other drivers on the move, you can go back to the number 57 of Brandon Guerin. Brandon up 7 spots. Brandon's another driver. He is 13th in points for the playoff race. So if Brandon can find himself a couple of good spots, he will definitely be in the battle for the moving on into the playoff round. Behind him, you can see Lucas Alves as well. And looks like Lucas is running a nice black car. Oh, there's some decals on it.
There's some decals on there.
Was teaming up with Rediker, go all black.
Lucas Alves coming off a podium just a couple hours ago at the same racetrack over in the ARCA League.
That's right, Mr. Double Duty. Speaking of, and right behind him in the 29, it's another double duty driver, Kevin Kyle. Kevin Kyle, of course, Sim and Destroy Racing Company factory driver, captain, and owner, but looks like he's going with the number 29. Yeah, a little Kevin Harvick throwback.
And then I'm noticing something kind of interesting here, me and Gene. Okay, first of all, I have an embarrassing question. What exactly is a Dunkaroo?
I don't know. It sounds like some kind of Australian thing, though.
It looks like a refreshment to me, right? Like, I'm trying to get a good look at this.
Well, I assume it's going to be owned by...
It's owned by Rheem right there. I see a Rheem logo. So that's a grocery store. I bet it's a drink.
How about you viewers at home?
Oh, we got a yellow.
Viewers at home.
Yeah, let us know. But also, we have a yellow. We'll see what it was. I don't see yet. But currently, our top 4 race cars are soft drink sponsored.
Uh-oh.
We got
no hard drinks here.
No, none of them hard. We got Dunkaroo, Dr. Pepper, Red Bull, and then perhaps shots fired here by Volpus. I'm not totally sure. But then we have Pepsi. But caution is out, Mean Gene. I do not see the reason for it. Lewis is in last place now.
Yeah, well, he was back there already. He was riding back there, and gosh, he was about 16 seconds, 15 seconds behind the leaders. And since it takes about 22 seconds to get around this track, he might have started to sweat bullets, but
yeah,
now he can relax, come in, get him a nice Dunkaroo drink.
A Dunkaroo drink for sure. Okay, this is maybe what it was. Let's see.
Oh, that's tight.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That was it. Was that Dargert?
Yeah, the 59 Marine car, that's Dargert.
And Michael Mata, and that's Novella below them, I believe.
Is it Novella
or is it? Yeah, right.
Is it Craig Schroeder?
It's Novella. I think we can confirm this one. Okay. This time, for once, it is Matt Novella.
Nope. No? I'm gonna disagree.
Oh my God, that's Matt Novella. Matt Novella's in a yellow car. Okay.
Got it. No, but that silver car was Schroeder, bro.
Yeah, that was Schroeder. So Schroeder involved in
with
that
the 56. One. And he's listed as the 66, but it's 56. He's getting closer. He's getting closer.
He's working his way towards it. You're almost there, buddy. We really
know what he should do? He
should
say he's the S6.
Yes. It's like dirt racing here.
I am the S6.
I love that. I mean, we just need one of those pen things. I've been saying that for so long. One of those pens you can draw on screen. So every time we see him, we could just like fix it, you know, like make it something else. Maybe add a 1 before it. Okay, so. Oh wow!
Let's talk about pit strategy.
Yeah, some really interesting things just happened, didn't they?
Yeah, you can see up there, Venom teammates Stinson and Parham came in there, no tires. Lesko Bollinger Applegate took 4. And then there's a Sam Milliken in 6 who didn't take tires. Vulpes takes tires in 7th. Buddy Sully, no tires in 8.
What could go
Iverson, Gambrel. I mean, this is an interesting strategy as you see multiple drivers not taking the tires. I said who won't take left sides. I didn't say who wouldn't take any.
Right? I mean, good thing they're teammates, Mean Gene, because this is not going to be easy. We saw what this looked like.
And we saw, exactly. We had a caution on lap 30 in the ARCA race. Everybody took tires. Here we go now. Jay Stinson off like a rocket. Great start from him with no tires. Lesko behind him. Parham fading. Applegate coming in hot. Parham with the no tires, riding that high side. Gonna bottle up a little bit. Look at the exit speed. And there it is. Parham loose already with his no tires, and there's a caution.
That's Bollinger. Looks like the 17 of Milliken, and Milliken also, Mean Gene, I don't think he took tires either. I just don't think he had gotten as much track position. Milliken was in 5th.
No, you're right. Milliken also did not take tires.
Right.
Looks like the 5 of Brad Furrow gets caught up into that. Furrow did take tires, so he ain't happy. Bollinger took tires, barely rolling. The 53 barely moving.
Keep your eye on Parham here. Just different exit speed.
Oh, he got help get loose, didn't he?
He did. I was going to say he got loose, but he did not on his own. Gets into Iverson. Yes, very hard. Bollinger is going to get collected very badly here. And Iverson really gets into the 17 of Milliken, who had nothing to do with it, actually.
Yep. Nick Mills. Oh, no.
Oh. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. I'm on it. It wasn't even you this time, Louis. And we got this one's still. Oh, we actually have. Okay.
It's still going. Another one. Buffet going back for the buffet.
It's a buffet. All right. So there were really 2 wrecks in this.
Yeah, and then I think Kevin Kyle almost got caught up in that first one as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on Milliken for this one, because he was really the guy that was really beaten up the most in that second one. So up in front of him is where you're gonna see that happen, and there is that coming together speed there with Parham and Bollinger. I mean, he got help, but I'm not putting a ton of it on Bollinger. It's those tires.
No, and it's a racing incident, man. Like,
that's not gonna make Iverson happy though.
Nope, and then Parham back up into the 53.
Massive
Iverson
hit.
into Milliken. Here comes Nick Mills.
And now watch this.
Buddy Sully's up. Sully in the 21 behind him.
Yep.
Here comes Gambrel. Did Sully get through that? What a lucky ducky. Okay, now look, Nick Mills. Nick Mills, who already got hit. Here comes the S5. Look out. Or
S5, yep.
S6.
S6.
It's the S6. Yep.
Look at, oh my God, look at Steve Lewis. A
Louis
gentleman
learned.
and
He's
a
like,
scholar. No. I'm not going to be the first T-bone of the day. Not me, not today.
Now the albatross has landed. You can go get him now, Louis.
So Iverson looking to be trying to stay in the lead lap. Let's see if we can get a good look at this car.
Oh.
Those teeth are even more amped up than they were before the race started.
All right, so you might be wondering who did what. Well, we're on lap number 39. 31 is when all those other guys came in. Jay Stinson did come in briefly there on lap number 36, as did Craig Schroeder. Schroeder looks like he just came in to take tires. Sanders and Bollinger both came in for a little repair, as did Milliken. And then Mata, Nick Mills, a little bit longer visit, Parham. Nobody with an extended stay except Iverson. We'll see what happens. Grant Applegate with the start on the outside lane. Lesko on the inside had control. Look at Applegate shoot the outside.
Whoa.
Much better speed. Can he hold it? Lesko, though, accelerating out of that bottom, and Lesko maintains the lead. Here comes Eric Thornton. Thornton almost contact with Applegate, holds on. Vulpes riding the apron, saving the tires. Here comes the 23 of Zerwick, still in the top 5. And now Wyatt Mickelson got 4 fresh tires here on this reset. Let's see if Mickelson can get closer. He's up 8 spots into the 6th position, and now he's in a drag race here with Zerwick, and they got Gambrel behind him. Keep an eye on that 51, Zach. He's on the move.
Yeah, a lot of these trucks these cars with some of their best runs of the season. So impressive right now. There's Buddy Sully currently working on Kenneth Redinger. That would be for 8th place up front. These guys starting to go single file a little bit, but yeah, using those fresh tires. Nicholson making that 51 proud. Mean Gene already up to the top 5 as he gets by Skirwick.
Little battle going on back there. Hunter Hall back into the top 10 where we've seen him running the last few weeks. That is the number 26 DDI racer. Gets by Buddy Sully. Looks like Holler now going to go underneath Sully. Sully fading a little bit. Wonder what's going on with that 21.
5 in the wall.
You can't go that way.
Brad Furrow hard hitting the wall. I think we'll stay green here. He never fully went around, but that was likely a broken toe link for Furrow as we continue on. Unfortunate, though, for a great driver right there.
Yeah, Furrow immediately diving down into the pits. I'm gonna rewind and take a look there. It looks like he's got Stinson behind him on this replay.
I think he just got loose, if not wrong.
Yeah, he's coming into turn number 1. Little bit fast. Still looks good. Oh, and he just guns it. He gooses it coming out of 2 and goes right down into the apron. So no contact there, self-inflicted. Furrow gonna be in the pits now, getting a little bit of work done on the car. Hopefully we'll see that number 5 back on the track very soon.
Gotta be so patient on the throttle here at Richmond. It's so unbelievably loose, and it really isn't one of those tracks where you kind of feel it coming on. It just snaps, and that's what we saw there with Furrow. But here goes Applegate looking to the inside of Lesko for the lead.
Oh, here we go. Willie rub him, trying to pinch him. They push each other up, side by side, drag racing across that start-finish line. Applegate gonna get credit, I believe, for leading that lap, and now just taking away the lead. Good acceleration there by Lesko. These two guys, they have battled hard. If you remember back to Applegate's victory, he and Lesko were banging doors the last 5 laps. Both of them happy with the result and the competition. Might see a little bit more of that here today at Richmond.
Yeah, these two have really already gotten to know each other quite well. Lesko in his rookie season here, but it's been Juan Pablo Montoya-esque in the kart series for all you old heads out there like me. Eric Thornton trying to hold off Vulpes there. Vulpes was not able to complete the pass, and you see what that does. It opened the door for Mickelson with those fresh tires. He's going to try to get up to 4th place here.
Yeah, Joe just kind of been saving tires, riding around. You can see, though, Thornton on the move. Mickelson now trying to find the acceleration to clear him. I think he's clear of the 98. Mickelson now free to get back down onto the apron if he chooses to do so. All these cars still very close together. Applegate with the lead, but only a second separating Applegate all the way back to Vulpes. You can see Zerwick as well as Gambrel all in that group. And hey, looky, the 42 has made his way back into the top 8. Let's go on the move.
Didn't take long for Redinger to get back up here, and it didn't take long for Lesko to want the lead back. Here he goes to the inside of Applegate. This is exactly how Applegate completed the pass for the lead initially, so it looks like the inside is where you want to be to make these passes, but Applegate doing exactly what you need to, which is squeezing and taking away the exit for your competitor. Lesko backs it out a little bit here, Mean Gene, so be careful of that exit speed for the 10. Let's see if this works for him.
No, Applegate saw it coming, slowed, and went high so that he could cut him off going into it. These two dudes are really putting on a clinic right now of how to block, how to pass.
Not checkers.
A lot of racemanship going on between these two. Meanwhile, Furrow's still in the pit, the 5 Not happy with that. And Nick Mills now coming under danger of going a lap down. Is Applegate going to take a peek under him?
Yeah, Nick Mills dealing with a apparently damaged race car as he's going to put up no fight here and give them the inside as they can easily complete that pass. And now he has some other lead lap cars to deal with. Skirwick looked like he had a big loose moment, lost a handful of positions there as Redinger has gone by him, and Redinger now up to 7th. But the daily driver, Zinc driver, Matthew Skirwick doing a wonderful job there. Really impressive comeback from him. I mean, last time we saw Skirwick, which was about a season ago, this dude was normally in, what, 16th plus? And it's not abnormal now to see him in the top 10.
Zerwick definitely showing that improvement that we love to see, also indicative of driving in this series. Where you're around fast guys, you're going to get faster. And the league very open about communicating, you know, what setups they're running, what lines they're running. Again, you know, you can look right at that sponsor, that Fish Speed Brakes sponsor. A lot of guys using that. So information is not kept on the DL. It is shared pretty openly. But it is still up to you to put it all together out there on the track. We're watching right now, Applegate Lesko putting it all together. Oh, look at Mickelson peeking on Thornton.
Oh, and Thornton gets loose. Nice save by the one of Thornton. Unbelievably loose. Yeah, that was not contact. I think Thornton just getting a little bit nervous and grabbing a handful of throttle. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll pull up the replay of it. But I love what you said there, Mean Gene, about how a big reason of why Skirwick is likely a lot faster too is just what this league does to you. And I remember when I won my first championship here, the first thing I said was, this league carved me into effing stone. And I meant that. These guys, no, that is entirely on his own, Mean Gene.
Yeah, I didn't see a touch. It was the Kyle Lynott pass where you get right under him and take away all the air from the left side of that bumper.
That's what I call it?
So, yeah, that's what I call it. All right, so Mickelson now in third, but he is 1.3 seconds behind the leaders, running about the same lap times as them. So we'll see how much he loves his tires and how much he wants to close the gap. Volp is settling in directly behind Mickelson. Gambrel also in that group. If you're wondering what happened to our good friend after that little spinneroonie, he has fallen back to 8th place. So Thornton still rolling in the top 10. He is chasing down Matt Zerwick, and he's got Ryan Holler about 0.8 of a second behind him. So all things considered, good save by Eric. Could have been much worse. Let him get the tires back to the right temperature, and I think we'll see that one charging again.
And just don't hit anything, right? Kept the car clean. That's what's important. No fast repair available to these drivers, so very important to not hit anything. And now he has those tires back cooled off, and he can make forward progress again as he looks at the inside of Zerwick. And it looks like Thornton just has a hot rod as usual, so this should be a relatively easy pass. There he goes, back up to 7th place is Thornton. Let's check on our drivers, our championship contenders, I should say, who were involved in that previous caution. First, we have Colin Bollinger. Bollinger was the one that you saw pinned up against the wall. He is in 20th. He started this run here about there, Mean Gene, and that car does not look to be entirely healthy. That front right definitely dented in, and in terms of the aerodynamics of this specific racetrack, that is not a good place to have damage.
No, he's going to need a little bit more luck so he can get in there and fix it up. Same thing with like Nick Mills. Nick Mills going laps down to the rest of the audience, and now he's got Brad Furrow who just passed him. So Brad running quicker
than Mills. Wow.
Than Mills is, but he's 14 laps back is Brad Furrow. So Brad out here battling, needing other people to get out of the race to improve his current position. Now Nick, though, he is 2 laps down at this stage, would be your lucky dog contender. But right there, you can see just continuing to get punished.
Yeah, as he goes another set of laps down, grazes the wall. That you can see that 20, just a handful to drive right now. And so now we'll check in on Tony Iverson, another championship contender involved in that previous wreck. We saw Iverson getting shoved into Milliken with a big hit there on his front end as well. And we looked at that damage previous, and he looks to have around the same pace as Bollinger, so which means he has not made any forward progress either, and he is getting close to being in danger of going a lap down. Justin Parham was another one involved. We saw him stay out, and he got loose. Or actually, no, he did not get loose. He got some help, but he was very much involved in that wreck. He got some damage, too. We'll take a look at that race car. We see some damage on the front left. Now look at the butt, and that looks quite good. And he looks to have more pace than Iverson, as he just passed him on track and is now reeled back in Bollinger. So Parham looks to be in a better situation, as it looks like Bollinger may be pitting here. Yes, he is. Bollinger going to bring it down. This is lap 67.
Nick Mills also.
Nick Mills too. So all the cars that are understandably eager to change something, right? It looks like Nick Mills actually maybe calling it a day, Mean Gene.
Yep, Nick called it a day. They parked it. So Colin in there, we'll see what Colin has to say as well. That's another guy. Yep, there it is. Colin as well, putting it behind the wall.
Oh, wow. So there we go. Mills and Colin just have had enough. Looking like the trends of the race, if you're Larry Mack here, are trending green, right?
That's why Brad Furrow keeps racing, though, because he is going to pass those two guys and earn himself additional points by his resilience. And if anybody else has issues, now look, Nick Mills is back. I wonder if he'll get back in the car or if he's just here to talk.
Kevin Kyle is boss saying, get back in the car.
Well, you know what? If Nick Mills is out of the race, let me see if I can hunt him down. I'll pull him in. See if he can top Plant Smith's interview.
No one can top that interview.
I know, dude.
And look at this battle for the lead, Mean Gene. This is insane between Lesko and Applegate.
I almost demonetized us.
What did you do? Oh.
I almost said a word.
Huh.
I do not see. Oh, that's disappointing. I don't see Colin. I would have loved to have brought.
Oh, Colin's always a funny interview.
Yeah, he's 6'7".
And he's definitely in a bad mood. Oh, look at this. Let's go look in the inside of Applegate for the lead here. And he has not given Applegate a millisecond to rest. And Applegate's got to be exhausted. Here we go, side by side, going through 1 and 2.
Battle continuing. Both these guys have been pressing this whole time. Applegate, though, definitely, I think, has used a little bit more tires the way that he's been on the outside lane. So going to be curious to see if he can make a difference. But with that pinching that he's done, that has clearly taken away Lesko's exit speed as they get perilously close to the outside wall. Coming up on lap traffic now of looks like Lewis and Sam Milliken.
Yeah, that's going to play a huge factor, Mean Gene.
Oh, yeah. And here we go, fresh out of the infield care center, Colin Bollinger. Colin, how you holding up, brother?
We're all right. We're chilling.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate what happened up front. We saw some guys going with no tires while 99% of the rest of the field went with tires. Do you think that might have had something to do with exit speed and contact?
Yeah, it's a short track, and we already ran about 30, like you said, 30 laps on the tires, so usually you put new tires on. But some of those guys didn't want to do that, and I tried to sit behind him and give him as much room as possible, but like I said, I think the exit speed I just had, and it was just a misinput. It sucks, but you know, maybe let's go pit.
Yeah, well,
it's all right.
Well,
we tried to get it run around there and see what we could do, but the steering was just a little too off, and I really just didn't feel like doing that for another 100 laps or so.
No, this is a rough track to not have control of your car. Out there on the track, though, we've seen a great battle between Lesko and Applegate. You had a chance to run with those boys earlier. Whose style is out there that's still on the track? Whose style fits this track the best?
I mean, honestly, Lesko was looking pretty good. I mean, I'm not really sure. I was sitting there taking it easy just to see what the stage was, and he was kind of pulling away, and Applegate was making time, but I saw he was using up almost every lane on the track, which Grant does that. So I don't know. I mean, if it comes down to a long run at the end, I think Lesko will probably hold on, but you know, we just gotta wait and see, I guess.
Oh, there he is, King in the North, giving you the insight from track side. Colin, go get you a nice, cool beverage, maybe
Colin,
some
how much fuel
ibuprofen.
do you guys get in a run?
Ooh.
It was around 65 to 66 laps.
Sweet.
That's what I was getting.
Thank you, my friend.
Yep, no problem, guys.
Thanks, brother.
All right, so that's what I wanted to know, Mean Gene, because these guys pit on lap 30. So 60, 65, about 10, 15 more laps. One thing I was starting to think that would be really intriguing if you're Lesko or Applegate. Try to get to the inside through 3 and 4 and surprise your opponent with the pit stop to where they cannot respawn the same lap.
Ooh, we saw that on some super speedways.
Right. You kind of just like trap them up there, and then they're thinking, oh my gosh, they'll probably miss that corner too. But it completely flusters your opponents. Another thing that's so cool right now, you're starting to see those brake rotors glowing in these race cars right here. It just shows how much brake you need to get around here at Richmond. Look at that, bright red.
Yeah, the trail brake, very popular on this track. You really have to just ride it through until you get to that point. You do roll as much as you can. Right here is all drag brake. Now you're off. Now you're probably at about 10% throttle, and then you can finally fire it up once you come out. But again, Applegate doing a great job of denying Lesko that exit speed. So if I'm Lesko, you're going to have to make it up in the middle. You know you can't fire it off. How much do you love your tires? And are you willing to risk a little bit more than 10% through the middle of that turn to close the gap and maybe push Applegate up further than he would like?
And what you're seeing here, this is the rear end of Applegate, especially through 1 and 2. Lesko is so much faster to where I think if he clears Applegate, he is going to drive away. But Applegate just cannot get any drive off through 1 and 2 because of, Lesko can't, because of Applegate completely occupying this top lane. Brilliant use of air and space by Applegate so far, but this is the Grand Applegate we're used to, loving the top lane and burning this stuff up.
I'm wondering, these two, they did get to battle to that victory for Applegate, and I'm wondering if Lesko is just saving it up because he continues to ride that tire-saving line, whereas Applegate a little bit more wilder, like Colin said, using up more of the track. If this thing stays green and we get an extended run at the end, you have to think that Lesko would have the ability to suddenly go around that outside, more so than Lesko, and pull that surprise pass. Here we are, a little bit of side by side, but again, Applegate, that's the Applegate lane. It's right in the wall.
Yep. Sometimes on it.
But I love how he keeps adjusting what he's doing with his car to make sure he's denying Lesko that exit.
Yeah, right now Sanders is not making it easy for Applegate to complete this pass. I mean, understandable, as he knows that they're going to have to pit soon, so he does not want to give them this lap. I don't blame Sanders for this, but here we go. Applegate going to try the inside. This might be a good moment for Lesko here. Would not be surprised if one of them unexpectedly ducks into the pits, but there he goes. Now let's go on board with them real quick, and I guarantee you're going to see what you just talked about. This right here is Applegate, and watch how much wheel I think he's going to use here. Yep, look at that, Mean Gene. So far to the left, really using the outside lane, but kind of just manhandling that race car around here. Now let's go to Lesko, and I think we're going to see something far more finesse. And now watch how they'll probably drive out straight. More wheel than I expected. I mean, granted, we are very far into this run, but I like how much he's driving out of it straight. That's how you get those big runs. Oh, here he is to the inside, but now you're going to see that purple car with the big run on the outside. Hard in the wall again, though, for Applegate. I wonder if those will stack up, too, me and Gene.
I've seen Applegate rub walls for 2 seasons and not have any kind of ill effects. I'll tell you who I'm wondering about, though, is Matthew Zerwick. We saw this guy running up in the top 10, and then all of a sudden we just see him fading backwards over, like a 13.
He was in 20th lap before he pit there.
Yeah. So he went from like 13th to 20th really fast.
In the pits. Lesko brings it down, Mean Gene, the first one to blink, and if you're the second place car, that is the obvious move for me. I think this would have to be a 4-tire pit stop, though.
I agree. Applegate going to stay out a little bit more, but now there he is, Applegate making the call.
Okay.
As are others. Oh, Dargert a little loose, but gets it under control.
Really difficult pit lane here, me and Gene. I was very happy in the ARCA race that we never had to do this under green, as Lesko's got his passenger side up, and we'll know in just a minute. He's going to go with 4. Applegate likely will not be doing anything cute here. There he is. Staying on the track is Redinger, who, by the way, Mean had worked up to 3rd.
Yep, and there he is now, leading laps, getting him a point. Needs it a great deal. And by the way, guess who's back on the track? Nick Mills.
All right.
He must have seen. Yeah, Nick probably said, oh, crap, Brad's going to get me. I got to run these laps. And now Brad is 4 laps behind.
Good job, Brad.
Nick. Yeah, Brad's catching him. Let's look at those lap times. Oh, Nick's a little bit faster than him. So
Come on, dial in, Brad. You got this.
dial it in. You got him, Brad. Go get him. All right, pit's still open. Craig Schroeder, Michael Mata, Hunter Hall, Ryan Hall, Joe
There is
Volpis.
Applegate. Let's go.
Oh, coming in.
No way. Hold on, man, Jane. We're gonna wait for this to cycle through, but oh no! Applegate off the track.
Yeah, I heard Applegate say unhappy things.
Here we go, man, Gene. This is the replay. He's already loose. Did something happen before that? I'm not sure what Applegate's
He's
upset about.
bumping. Well, he's coming out of the pit with Jay Dargert,
Yeah.
and then him and Dargert bump coming out of the pits. Applegate tries to make him go faster. Looks like Dargert might have actually gone above the blue line because of that contact.
Oh. I'll see if I can
And
get some
then-
footage of that.
Applegate tries to cut in.
Do you have what lap that was on?
Yeah, that was 91.
91. Got it. Thank you.
And then just follow him around, and I can't tell.
Yellow's out, Mean Gene. Yellow is out.
All right, so that's going to save some people. But yeah,
this looks like Hunter
I would
Hall.
go back and look at.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that. I think I can find it here. Give me just a sec. Let me get some music going so this isn't so awkward while I do this. Or yeah, just go ahead. All right, we're in Applegate, so it's gonna be before this. Yeah. Okay, here we go, Mean Gene.
Yeah, look at them. They bump, and then very close there. They're going to bring it out, and then you can see the closing speed of Applegate. Bump, and it takes him.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. That was very close.
Very
and then
close.
watch this move. You can see Applegate tries to come down.
Whoa. Yeah, you're not kidding me,
Dargert.
Gene.
Dargert kept it straight,
Oh,
and then
this
wiggle,
spin
wiggle,
immediately-
wiggle
Cold tires.
into the grass.
You can't put too much. I mean, everyone's trying to run their own race. I can't put too much of that on Dargert.
Now go to what caused that cost.
Yeah, good question. Saw Hunter Hall. Yeah, it's like Hunter Hall with an issue. Let's see here.
Yeah, Hunter was another guy coming off.
Oh, same. Locks it down.
Oh, no.
Into the inside wall is Hall. And there's the caution for you. So Hall doesn't look too bad, but likely won't help. As interestingly, yeah, Redinger had not hit yet, Mean Gene.
Oh,
Nor Gambrel, Sully, Sand, a lot of these guys.
yeah. And a lot of those guys are fellows that qualified more toward the middle back of the field. So you know they've got to be thrilled to be able to pit, have fresh tires, gas, and look at their track position. Kevin Kyle, Buddy Sully, both those guys. Kyle was 23rd in qualifying, Sully 16th. John Beverly was back in 25th. Jack Sanders in 20th. Alves was 24th. Novella was 23rd. So all those guys thrilled
Wow.
to suddenly see this caution come out. And now top of the board is all those guys 4 through 9, all double-digit jump up.
Nobody
This
was
also
on the lead
puts
lap,
a-
Mean Gene. Nobody.
No, it puts a lot of guys lap down here. We can see
There's going to be
if,
a wave around here, so I think a lot of
wave
these guys
around.
will get their laps back, but what a wave around does is you have to go to the rear. So like you were talking about, they're going to get fresh tires. Mind you, Mean Gene, whether it be 1 lap, 2 laps, sometimes for some of these guys, 5 or 10, fresher tires. And on top of that, they get to keep their track position.
And the other thing we have to talk about is just how difficult it really is to pass here. So
Yeah, incredibly
if
difficult.
if you're on the older tires, your odds are
There's
just
your wave
minuscule unless you use that front bumper, and nobody wants to see that. We've heard the crackdown from the league admins about courtesy and kindness. So this track gonna put all of that to patience, especially now that these fellas find themselves a lap down, older tires. They get to wave around. They're frustrated. you know, some of them are thinking, geez Louise, I qualified in 4th, and now I'm
some people love
back
Hunter Hall
here
right
in
now, and
15.
some people hate Hunter Hall right now.
All right, here we go. Away we go. Kenneth Redinger with a great
The field
start
did not
behind
catch-
him. Kevin, Kyle, and Gambrel. And then, yes, Sully and John Beverly, a little bit of a slow start. Sanders, Alves.
And the wave rock
so
cars did not
great
catch the
jump by
field.
the top 3.
Let's go. Applegate, all those guys, Mean Gene, they did not catch the field. They are about a second back, and it is craziness back here.
Oh, they want to make it happen.
Mills looking healthy again.
Oh, look at Beverly.
Look at this, 3 wide. That doesn't work oftentimes here at Richmond. And all throughout this field, you have a lot of upset drivers that want their track position back. And then you have a lot of guys feeling for toward his big hit in the inside there. Who was
Hold on,
that?
Alves.
Oh, that was Alves.
Oh, that's Beverly.
Oh, no.
Beverly's the 0-1.
And then we're 3 wide again here. Michael Mata, Steve Lewis. Oh my gosh, look at this. Applegate looking for his positions back. We're gonna wreck soon, me and Gene.
Beverly just got loose on his own. No contact with anybody else.
Good news there, as this right here is all types of cluster, you know what-y, as these guys are constantly 3 wide here. There is Iverson in this group as well. Looks like he's gotten most of his damage fixed.
Yeah, he's running good. Behind him, you can see Alves, Novella, and there's Thornton and Mickelson at the back of that group. 3 wide. 3 wide. Louis holds it. Darger gets away on the inside. Oh, but Iverson into Novella, into Thornton.
And we stay green. Unbelievably, we stay green for the time being.
Wow, yeah, looks like everybody lived through that, but that was heavy contact back there for Novella.
And we are not done
Iverson,
yet.
Iverson got that car in front of him loose. Ooh,
Look
we're
at this
rolling. Who
group,
is it?
though, me and Gene. Look who's in this group. Wyatt Mickelson, Joseph Volpis, all the drivers who are dominating this race, who are up front all race, are just dealing with hell on earth right now. Unbelievably frustrating, and I am still thinking that a few of these guys are lap down.
They've got fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah,
so this is it.
This is a
unless
bad
there's
situation.
a caution. Yeah, unless there's a caution, this is the hand that you have been dealt.
And wow, me and Gene, I'm seeing some stuff that I missed. Iverson is 7 laps down, so it doesn't matter how fast that car is. He's done. Schroeder still a lap down. Dargard a lap down. Lewis, all that group a lap down. Milliken.
Yep. Only 14 cars on the lead lap. The S5 of Craig Schroeder is being shown as the first car battling for the lucky dog. Behind him, Jay Dargert is charging, as is Steve Lewis. Lewis looks to be the fastest of those 3 cars, and since Lewis qualified in the 26th position, it's very surprising to see. But at the rate they're going, I think Lewis is going to chase down Dargert very quickly here. See how that lucky dog rolls. Meanwhile, up front, wow, Eric Gambrel being shown as your leader, dialed in, leading another lap. We've got 31 laps remaining, enough fuel to make it to the end if my math is correct.
Yeah, you're right.
They pitted on lap 97, and Colin said, what, about 60?
Yeah, they could do all the three restarts and not have to worry about it. The only guys who may have to worry a little are guys like Lesko and Applegate, depending on how many restarts we were to get if we go to overtime. So far, so good there. But what I had pulled up a second ago, I mean, Gene, check this out. So Nate Lesko has about 10 lap older tires than that of Gambrel, Redinger, everybody in front of him. But he is still running laps that are up there with them. The previous lap before this, he was faster than Gambrel. We'll see what happens this lap. Gambrel going to put down, looks like a 22.0 and a 22.2. So let's go a little bit off the pace. He needs a caution. I believe these guys all have one more set of tires. Yeah, Redinger pushing hard, is he not?
Redinger fastest. He is. Yeah, he's trying to close that gap. Remember, we saw Redinger qualify
really
in
fast.
3rd, Gambrel in 5th. So these dudes up front do have that speed. Buddy Sully, that's a guy we were worried about before all those cautions. Now suddenly finds himself in 3rd place. Is a little bit off the pace of the 2 cars in front of him as
Gambrel got loose there, me and Gene, and he's lost the
Redinger
lead.
takes over. Yeah.
Let's see. I will pull
Brutal
that up.
move there by Gambrel.
Yeah, Gambrel, I think he added 2, like we've seen happen so many times. Loses the lead there. So, and then iRacing wants to play some tricks on us too.
Yeah. All right,
here we
so
go.
Redinger back into the lead, the 42, running that all black scheme.
Let's see what happened. Yeah, I just got loose out of 2 there, Mean Gene. And that's all she wrote. Redinger to the lead. Man, what a fortuitous race so far for Redinger, but it's not like he hasn't had to earn this. He has been pushing so hard, had that early incident and had to work his way through the field, and he had done so, and now he's getting rewarded for that.
Wow, this is just insane. Oh, and look at this now, a little sideways back in the field. It's like everybody held on, but right around Novella,
That's not around Novella,
and
yeah.
Eric Thornton, things are wild.
Let's see if I can find it. This is a replay here on screen. Oh! Thornton just misses the corner a little bit into Novella.
No, they rub again, live. Ooh.
Ooh, let's go check it out live now. Here we
Look
go.
at Sam Milliken's like, please don't.
Please, please, please.
don't do me. Let's just drive around.
Oh, they're
They're
driving
like, we're all a
deep,
lap
Mean
down. We don't
Gene.
care.
Oh, Novella drove that one in deep. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Yeah, he's needing to get some time back. I mean, let's face it. All those guys that are a lap down are still fighting for 15th spot.
Right, right. And you need that just in case, right?
Yeah, all those guys are still battling. So here comes Michael Mata into the pit. Looks like Justin Parham as well. Parham's been there in there for a while, though. That's that number 18 Chevrolet. Mata, though, coming down. That is fresh. Kenneth Redinger gonna get by Brad Furrow, putting Furrow 17 laps down. Furrow still running strong, trying to chase down Nick Mills.
Yellow
and
is
Iverson
out,
as
Mean
well.
Gene. Brandon Guerin appears to have had an incident. He had one on lap 115, and then 2 laps later, looks like he had another. So I'm assuming the damage getting the best of him. This is the first one on lap 115. This did not bring out a caution.
Ooh.
Michael Mata. Oh, that would explain. I don't like what I think we're about to see here on lap 117, Mean Gene. I don't see Michael Mata yet. No, Guerin with some damage there. And that breaks the toe link.
Yep. Oh.
And he parks it off the racing surface, but it does bring out a caution. Guerin did everything he could for that not to happen, so. What do you do here?
Blue's
Oh, they're
having
pitting.
fun.
They're pitting. Now there's our answer. You pit here. What do you do here, Mean Gene? 2, 4?
Oh, I don't know. I think I take 2.
If I'm not Kenneth Redinger, I think I take 2 as well. If I'm Joseph Volpis in the 98, I take 2. Here we go. That's 4 for
All right.
Redinger.
I heard, what are you doing, Louie? I
Kevin
gotta go
Kyle
back
out.
and look.
Kevin Kyle to the lead. And Eric Thornton didn't pit at all, Mean Gene. But I think he's coming down this time, so Thornton, maybe unintentionally, did not pit. But Kevin Kyle with a 9-second pit stop, and you know what 9 seconds means. That means 2 tires. So Kevin Kyle, not necessarily at a massive disadvantage here. Gonna have the lead of the race.
Oh, I know why Thornton didn't go in. Louis cut into the pits at the very last second, and Thornton had to slam the brakes, and he slid past the barrels.
Wow. Wow.
Got him. Got him.
All right, well, now that Kevin Kyle is clearly prioritizing this TV time, why don't we go ahead and hit that KK Whiskips commercial?
Yeah.
We only work with the finest woods, the finest tools. We sand the wood here at KK Woodscapes. We stir the paint with a wooden stick here at KK Woodscapes. And then we brush the wood with a wooden brush here at KK Woodscapes. And when it's all said and done, we have these perfectly manicured nails. Put the plaques in the trophies, in the envelopes, ship them to your box, and on your way to you to commemorate your special day. Got wood, KK Woodscapes.
You know who's got wood right now, Mean Gene?
Oh, Kevin Kyle got
he
wood.
does. Yeah,
I think
does.
he took right side.
He did.
I
He
think
took
with
two.
9.87.
Yep, that's what I was
So
saying.
I think he'll be fine. I
think so,
really
too.
do.
said
I mean,
not necessarily a disadvantage here.
here we go. Milliken and Holler looks like they might not have taken.
Oh,
they did.
Big
Way back
restart,
when.
Kevin Kyle. Massive restart.
Kevin Kyle off to the big start. Now let's see how long he can hold it. Behind him, you can see Lesko and Applegate. Applegate on the outside.
Oh,
He's
no!
got Applegate into the wall. He's rubbing the wall. He's going the wrong way.
Vulpes!
Look, Vulpes is loose ahead of him. Everybody's still rolling here on lap number 124. Kevin Kyle now under attack by Nate Lesko. Lesko makes contact with Kyle. Moves Kyle up the track. Kyle says, nah, I ain't going nowhere. Lesko hugging the apron. Look at the exit speed. Pinch. They're at the door.
Oh, saved it. That was Applegate, I believe. No, that was.
Lesko again with contact.
Oh, this is insane.
Battle.
Oh, Kevin
And now
Kyle.
he gunned it trying to get back on him and just lost it.
Kyle around,
Yep.
but that's not going to bring out a yellow either. We're going to continue to stay green so far. Lesko survives. Applegate still somehow rolling in 7th place. Kenneth Redinger up to 2nd, and in 3rd is Buddy Sully. But he misses
Buddy
that corner
Sully.
bad.
But there, Buddy, get back on it, man. And there goes Jay Stinson now, side by side with Buddy Sully across the start-finish line at the end of lap number 126. Stinson on the inside, Sully trying to roll the outside. A little bit better acceleration, but Stinson gets to come up high. Still side by side, long way to deciding what's going to happen for that position. 17 cars on the lead lap. Kevin Kyle being shown as the 17th car, 10 seconds back of the leaders. Meanwhile, Dargert with a good lead over Zerwick for the lucky dog position. Half a second lead for Lesko.
Well, and just like that, all of KK's wood is gone. He is in the last car in the lead lap now, but it was worth a shot. But that 10 of Lesko was not to be denied, showing aggression.
Oh, no, he was banging. Oh,
Yeah.
he was banging. He treated him like he was Grant Applegate. Kevin's like, what are you doing? I'm not Grant. Don't do me like that.
I mean, but you got to think about it. Lesko had fought so hard after that horribly timed caution for him to get back up into position to lead this race, and he was not going to wait for it at all. Another guy, though, that has been showing muscle all day. So fitting that we end up with Redinger and Lesko here. Two drivers that have kind of swapped the lead, but funnily never really had to see each other on track yet today.
No, and it's time for them to face off on the field of battle. Behind them,
go.
Jay Stinson holding on to 3rd. Wyatt Mickelson gets by Buddy Sully up into 4th. Sully trying to hold off Grant Applegate. Eric Thornton behind them. 3 high side hustlers all lined up. Iverson behind them, but remember, he is laps down. 10 laps to go. Lesko diving it in. Redinger slowly creeping up about 1/10 of a second faster each of these last few laps. 9 to go here at Richmond.
Think you can go ahead, even though Applegate going to look here to the inside of Sully, still an incredible driver at this racetrack, clearly. Very much a driver's track is Richmond, by the way. This is a track that if you have this place figured out, you can, oh no, big loose moment behind them. I believe that's Dargert with a massive hit there. It was, so Dargert, big damage, but it's going to stay green again. We've seen that hit a million times today. But speaking of hits, Applegate clearly with a little bit of damage on that right side, and you really see how it's affecting his drive as he enters corners, Mean Gene. He is entering ultra loose, like what it looked like when he spun out, but this time it's every lap. The reason why that happened on the restart was cold tires. Now it's damage. Watch here into 1, Mean Gene. Watch how loose this 14 is.
Oh yeah, you could see him tap it there, right at that
And
middle.
right there, that thing is yacht out to the left or to the right. It wants to spin. Phenomenal job to do what he is.
Still holding on to that 5th position, but slowly fading behind Applegate. And then behind them, Thornton and Buddy Sully doing battle. And Tony Iverson a lap down, though. He's still right there with his buddies,
I wanna
pressing
play.
the action. Yeah, exactly. Eric Gambrell in 8th, holding on. The S6 of Craig Schroeder in 9th. And then Joe Vulpes trying to hold off Lucas Alves for 10th. But the story right now is, can Kenneth Redinger close the gap? Last second, Lesko was 5/100ths of a second faster that last lap. Looks like lapped cars will come into the picture as directly ahead. I believe that's Hunter Hall coming into the picture.
And here we go. We'll pull up one of our fancy graphics that displays how that lead's been going. And as you see, it's been slightly increasing so far for Lesko. He needs to keep that trend going. Only 4 more. It's up to half a second, so it's minimal. Barely anything that he's pulling away with Redinger, which what that has to mean, excuse me, to that 42 is that one mistake and he's there, and now they are catching some lap traffic. This could get things a little bit
and
dicey.
one of them is
Where's
Kevin Kyle.
Yeah, oh my God. 2 great minds think alike there, Meechin.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh
dun, dun,
no. Will he do it?
No, he's just holding the apron, man.
Will he Dunkaroo him?
I'm just gonna move my hands like this, and if you get in the way, it's your own fault.
I hope that toe link isn't broken.
And my brakes went out.
2 to go, me and Gene.
2 laps to go here. 3, right? No, 2, you're right. Here we go. He's under him. He makes contact with Kyle again, and this is it. Will Kevin Kyle risk a suspension? No, he does not.
And Nils was there too. They could have really done something if they felt like it.
Yeah. Nick Mills, of course, Sim and Destroy Factory Racing driver in another
White
lead.
flag.
All right, let's go now with the lead. Redinger cannot get by Kevin Kyle and Nick Mills. This thing is almost over as long as Lesko doesn't go for the spinneroonie. Nit Lesko, we've seen Nate win already punched his ticket into the playoffs. Colin got his second win last week, and this week, Nate Lesko becomes the second 2-time winner in Season 6 of the Monday Night Mayhem with a win here at Richmond. Congratulations to the number 10 Toyota.
Nate Lesko with a brilliant win there. And like you said, our second win of the race, as you see Applegate trying his best Ross Chastain impression, which clearly works here, so that's good to know. But Lesko, what a drive. Started this thing on pole, and he definitely had his fair share of events. This was not an easy one at all, but he starts this race up front, and he finishes it up front. What a race from Lesko. This rookie, me and Gene, 2 years in a row that we have a rookie that puts this whole league on notice immediately.
Yeah, and he's not the only one. I mean, Ned's up at the top, but look at this. Wyatt Mickelson comes home in 4th. Great run by him. That's another guy right on the edge of playoff contention. And we've seen some other rookies that have had some great times as well. We saw Furrow really fast last week running that apron. Matt Zerwick, he's not a real rookie, but he's been gone for a while. Ryan Holla, that's another guy, another rookie who's right on the cusp of making the playoffs. So very strong rookie class coming in this year. You have to love what you're seeing so far out there. So congratulations, Nat Lesko. Let's look at those final standings. Kenneth Redinger coming home in 2nd. Jay Stinson 3rd. Wyatt with the big 4th. Grant holds on for 5th. Thornton, good finish. This is what Thornton needs to get his way back into the playoff picture. Buddy Sully, Eric Gambrell, Craig Schroeder in the S6, gonna get 9th. Joe Bulpus, anybody else would be like, yeah, I got a top 10. Joe Bulpus is gonna go kick the tires.
Be furious with
Not
that.
gonna be, yeah, he ain't gonna be happy. Lucas Alves, good run here by Lucas, ran over in the ARCA series as well. John Beverly gonna come home 12th on the lead lap. Captain, the Colonel, Jack Sanders, Matt Novella, Milliken, and Holler holding on. Last cars on the lead lap.
And then finishing off the rest of this running order in 17th place, we have Kevin Kyle. He tried, he got lapped at the last second, and it was worth it, and it was a valiant effort. 18th, we have Skirwick, who we talked about. Great run here today by Skirwick. Returning driver, showing tons of speed. It's going to all come together soon, me and Gene, and that driver is going to get the finish he deserves. Great job of the Daily Drivers Inc., number 23. In 19th, Steve Lewis, he kept it clean today. He was not a part of any incidents. Hats off to Lewis, and he gets a 19th with a really difficult race to show for it. I think Lewis was also one of those drivers, actually I know he was, caught at just the perfectly wrong time during that caution. He likely deserves a much better finish than that. Hunter Hall was the one who put this whole race upside down. The Daily Drivers Inc. driver getting loose out of 2 like so many others have before, but it just happened to be in the middle of a pit sequence, green flag pit sequence, and this race went crazy from that point on. Hunter Hall gonna end up in 20th place. Tony Iverson, like we talked about all day, Mean Gene, about Dagger and Furrow. That's why you stay out there. Tony Iverson really limping around an injured race car, but he ends up 7 laps down in 21st place in a race long or a season-long series like this where you need to set yourself up for the chase. Tony Iverson is going to probably thank himself for sticking it out here today. Jay Dagger going to come up in 22nd place. Another strong day from him that did not end up working out for him. Nick Mills with some early incidents never was able to work his way. He's 13 laps down, 23rd place. Brad Furrow, he's stuck it out, Mean Gene. He's going to get 24th for that effort. And if Brandon Guerin's incident had happened a lap earlier, or actually no, man, more laps than that, is Guerin and Mata were both part of that incident that both put them 24 laps down. They are going to end up in 25th and 26th. And then rounding out this field, Justin Parham, the first guy who had the idea to not put on tires. That did not work out for him at all. He got wrecked almost immediately by the guy who finished in 28th place, and that is Colin Bollinger, coming off a race win, but also a 5-point penalty. That 28th is not going to help him. Then we never saw Alex Hillman take the grid here today, so hopefully everything okay over there.
Yeah, but Colin, you talk about Colin. He did win 2 races, so he is in the playoffs as long as he hits the minimum 9 starts. That's something that we could talk about a little bit in a moment on the post-race show. So that is a great segment, I believe. Want a big thank you to our sponsors, Fish Speed Brakes. Thank you, Jordan Fisher. Thank you, KK Woodskates, for sponsoring the race today and donating the championship trophy at the end of the year. And Sim and Destroy Racing Company, Kevin Kyle's merchandising endeavor. If you're looking for a sweet, sweet shirt, something you should look at would be KK Woods, Kevin's latest endeavor, Race and Sim and Destroy Racing Company. That's going to wrap up our regular broadcast, but now it's time for the postseason post-race show brought to you by the Highside Hustlers. Thank you so much to Tony Iverson for his sponsorship of the post-race show. Bam!
Oh, yeah.
You gotta love it, and love it. So, great run here today. Let's see if we can bring in today's winner. I'm gonna take a gander.
Get him
up and down the list. There he is. See how far I can pull him down. Oh, I can't pull him. Try that again. There he is. I put him down into Mauer. There it is. Nate, let's go. Mean Gene, Zach Panzarella in the booth. Can you hear us, brother? Oh, Nate.
Hey,
there he is. Hey, how you feeling, brother?
Feeling great. How are you guys?
Oh, man, I tell you what, if I was any better, I would be the driver of the number 10. Second person to pick up 2 wins on the year. Very, very difficult track. Caught up in some shenanigans. Tell me, was there doubt behind the wheel for you, just the way the cautions fell at any point?
Yeah, definitely. I thought Grant was doing a great job keeping me behind him. So I was hoping to pick it up or pass him on the pit lane. I ended up not working out with the caution, and then Kenneth was pretty fast behind me, so I was worried about him catching me at the end there.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up what Grant was doing. We saw y'all's battle early on, reminiscent of when Grant got his first win this season. You guys kind of banging doors. Little bit different race. You were the guy behind, not in front. The contact was a little bit less. Grant was doing a really good job with fluctuating his speed to not give you that run, was he not?
Yeah, no, it's definitely hard to pass on the inside there. So whenever I would get a big run off, he would not let me get to his outside, which is where I really wanted to go. So he just kind of blocked me there and got me pinned down.
Well, very exciting for us here at the house to watch. I got to ask, and I'm probably stealing Zach's question.
Thank you. No, thank you in advance.
You know what it is.
Yep.
The Dunkaroos, man. What's
a Dunkaroo?
Tell me what's a Dunkaroo?
What's a Dunkaroo? It's a snack. It's like a cracker, and you dip it in some frostings. It's a 90s snack.
So you can technically drink one.
Yeah, no.
So you can't drink a Dunkaroo.
If you put it in Nesquik and let it sit there for a while,
then you can drink a Dunkaroo.
Yeah, it have to be a long while, but yeah. I guess you could.
I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, Nate, you might be from Queen Creek, Arizona, but today you are the king of Richmond. Any other brown pants moment you want to share with us, or a moment of the race for you?
Yeah, racing with Kevin. I hope he's not mad. I feel like I don't know. I was in the middle of the track the whole time there, so he was trying to keep me behind. He had 2 tires, trying to keep me behind him, understandably. But I mean, I was always gonna go for the inside there. I felt like I held my line good, and I mean, he came down a couple times, tried the same thing, tried to keep me pinned down, but no ill intent had with any contact with him.
Now, once you got past him, putting him a lap down, were you staring in your rearview mirror very, very intently?
I was worried about passing him. I looked like he gassed up, tried to get to me on the exit of 4. So next time seeing him, I was a little worried, but no, I appreciate the racing against him.
Yeah, Kevin, like all the rest of us, highs and lows, but pretty solid guy. And yeah, contact there, but I'm sure y'all can have a little convo about that and work that out quite easily. Great win here today. Of course, you are secure in the playoffs already with the win, and now the second win. Anybody you want to give a shout out to here today before we let you go?
Just the guys we're racing against. This is a fun track to kind of not beat and bang, but it's definitely short track racing. Lots of fun racing up close, and it was a good night. So,
you going to the race this weekend, Nate?
I am. I'm going Saturday and Sunday.
Hit me up. I'll be there as well. We're doing also Daily Drivers Inc. is doing a car meet on Saturday morning, so feel free to hit me up. I'll send you that info if you want to check that out.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we're gonna have an early day on Saturday, so.
Are you doing IndyCar as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Did you know that, Mean? I forgot there's IndyCar before Xfinity. Yep. Why is Xfinity headlining over IndyCar? Bizarre.
I think that's my second favorite series, so I'm okay with that. But
the O'Reilly's Xfinity. Sorry, O'Reilly's.
I haven't seen them yet, so I haven't seen the IndyCars yet, so excited to see that.
Well, I'll hit you up, Nate. Hopefully I can meet you in person, but congrats on the win, my man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
And that is your winner, Nate Lesko, picking up his second win of the year. Hottest rookie on the track. Cannot wait to see how this rest of the season develops, especially next week at Atlanta Legacy. That is going to transition us into the second place driver, Kenneth Redding. Are you ready for this act? You ready?
Yes,
you ready?
Let's do it. Oh, always, Minjin.
Bam! Kenneth, you there, brother?
Yeah, I got you.
Reddinger. Man, that was quite a show you put on today. I mean, up and down the field today with that early incident that marred you in the back, but gosh, you worked through the field unbelievably quickly. Take me through your day, really. Did you feel like you were in position towards the end you were in position to win, but did you ever feel like you had the advantage to win this race?
I felt pretty good before that caution came out. I think I had a pretty good gap there on Gambrel, and I was more worried about Lesko, and he was in 4th at the time. I felt like I was going to pull away there. It seemed like the lead car had a little bit of advantage, at least Arrow was. But yeah, I mean, just that first mistake I made, and then I don't know, I just couldn't drive it for the first 2 or 3 laps. It felt like it was on ice, and then once it kind of came in, it was able to get back down in the corner, get to the bottom, roll the bottom, and then get easy off. And yeah, I was just trying not to spin it every time we had new tires.
Well, you'll be happy to know that you were one of many that was getting it loose out of corners. A lot of them didn't bring out cautions, and so you never know when you're in the race car what's going on elsewhere, but it felt like every lap where you were seeing someone make that exact mistake. One thing that I was curious about is you did elect to pit immediately after that. I didn't see you get hit by anyone. Was that just making sure there was no damage or anything like that, or just not wanting to be up front anymore?
I just knew. I think I'm not sure, but I believe everybody took tires behind me. I think the winner took tires, so I don't know if it wouldn't have made a difference if I would have stayed out or just got my doors blown off. But
that makes sense. Well, dude, doesn't matter if it's cup cars, trucks, anything. You have been a dominant force in every series you're racing in. Another great run here today, and I think a very good finish. A lot of your championship contenders finishing far below you here today. So what's the outlook as we get ready to get close to the chase. You already locked in with a win here this season, and in position to capture this championship that it feels like you've been right there for. So how's it looking for the rest of the season for you? And what's the plan going into the chase?
Well, I don't think I have a win yet.
There's not
No,
in
no,
this
not
one?
in this
Is this
league.
the one
Not
league he
anyone
doesn't?
in the other league.
I think you're
Yeah,
mixing them up.
646. Bollinger,
This is the one league he ain't
Iverson,
done yet.
Lesko,
Yep.
Applegate, Volpes, Sully. I cannot believe that Meringer isn't. Must just be the races I'm in. All right. Well, you're going to inevitably make the chase. What's the plan?
Yeah, I've got to make all the starts and then have good finishes. I think I'm pretty far back from the cut right now, so I'll look at it and see. I don't know. Again, this is not my favorite car to run. We'll have to see. I'll have to look at the schedule.
53 points back
That's doable.
in 26.
That's doable.
I just got to see who I'm racing against and then
Yeah.
make a decision from there.
And it's when you're in.
Yep. Yeah.
Almost got that done today. So, yeah. I mean, if I was a betting man, if I had to put down like $300 or just over under Redinger making the chase, I know which way I'm betting. But great job again today, Ken. It's always so much fun to watch you when you are here. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you out of here?
Shout out for the league for putting everything on for us, and then shout out to you guys for broadcasting, making this a fun thing to watch.
Appreciate you, my man. Great job today.
Right, thank you.
I
know it's hard to believe he doesn't have a win yet. He's only had 4 starts. This is his 4th start here today. So
I am so not used to calling
chilling.
races he doesn't win.
How about this though? He's got 4 starts. He's got 2 top 5s.
That's disgusting. And then he's probably like, I'm assuming there's a lot of guys around him who have started the whole season.
Oh, absolutely. You know, he's got 4 starts. The 2 guys in front of him have 8 starts. The guy ahead of him has 7.
That must make you feel so good.
It's interesting, but I'm very close to saying he's in a must-win situation.
Either that or
to
this
get
again
in.
every week.
Just because of who's ahead of, right, or this again. Dang it, I didn't get to ask him the question. I see he's from Reading, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I wanted to ask if there was a railroad there. like a really big railroad.
I'm sure he's never gotten that question before.
No, but you know what? Thing is, Kenneth Redinger, I'm going to get to ask him again very soon because I think we're going to see him back on the track, back over here with us.
One of those guys that
soon
becomes friends with us because they're so good.
All right, so let's see about bringing in another Venom driver.
What a finish by this guy. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Oh, and he's from Bristol. He gets to see great racing all the time.
Bristol.
Jay Stinson, you got Mean Gene, Zach Panzarella in the booth. Can you hear me, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How are y'all?
I'll tell you what, I was talking about you before the race. I said, this guy's got one less start than everybody else. He's right on the cusp. He needs to do something. What were your ears burning?
Yeah. Yeah, Chicagoland, I thought I was going to have a top 5 car and just got clipped at the end. So I was like, man, I'm right on the edge if I'm going to make it or not. And I really need a good showing at Richmond, and I'm not good here. So I was like, this will be interesting all night, trying to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, there was interesting, especially different tire strategies going on, causing some incidents. We saw your teammate, Justin Parham, a little bit slower coming out of the turn than Colin Bollinger. Colin decided to see if your teammate's bumper was made out of tangible material. It was. Justin went around. A little bit of a wreck there. So a lot of activity on the track. But, yeah, man, you got 2 less starts than the other people. But you find yourself only 2 points out of that playoff picture. Are you thinking, is your schedule clear? You going to point your way in? Or are we going to see Jay Stinson get up on the top of the podium?
Yeah, with this group of talent, it's real tough to win here. That top part of the field is really, really tough to beat. So if I got to win, you got to feel pretty good about it no matter how it comes. But I probably need a little bit of luck and maybe a couple other people to wreck, and maybe I'll steal one. But hoping to point myself in and put myself in a situation to have some fun in the playoffs.
I love it. You know, I'm looking at the stats here. You got 6 starts, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s. So if you can continue with that, I think you're going to be in a good spot. You know, Kenneth, we just talked to him, your teammate. That's another guy just filled with 2 top 5s, 4 starts. So results, not the problem for Venom. It's just been, you know, getting to the track. So hopefully we're going to get to see you out here more often. And yeah, no doubt we're going to see Jay firing up to the top. Biggest brown pant moment for you today, Jay?
Well, I'll be honest with you, right there, Volpus lost it out of 2 there at the end, and I'll be honest with you, he did a great job getting out of the way and saving it, but that would probably be the part I was like, yep, here it is, I'm done. But he did a great job.
That's not a sentence we're used to hearing.
Yeah, right.
Volpus
No,
losing
it's not. It's not at all. And I was just as surprised as probably he was that the car stepped out on him a little bit. So great job saving it, and he didn't wrap anybody else in it. But that would just as it come around 2, I saw it. I was like, here it is. So
how different did the car handle with the horsepower and the diffuser?
For me, honestly, because I stayed in 5th the whole night, I really didn't take advantage of it. I thought 4th was a little bit to the point you couldn't control it coming out of the turn. I was afraid I'd get loose and maybe step out. So I just tried to run in 5th and keep it under control and keep my tires underneath me. So me personally, I didn't see a lot of difference because I probably didn't use the gear.
Well, with the result you had, I would say that is a good decision as you're up there on that podium with Nate and Kenneth. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go, Jay?
I always use guys for doing the broadcast. Like I said, I'll go back and listen to it. It's always great to listen to you guys. You always keep it entertaining. Like I've always said, man, probably the best 2 that I've heard.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then my teammates, Parham and Redinger, for always running with me in here when we can make it. And for all the admins that put the league on and give us opportunity to do this and have a little fun to start our week.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you for the flowers. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jay Stinson, ladies and gentlemen,
Congrats,
comes
Jay.
from 3rd today and powers himself
Appreciate
to within
you,
2 points of a playoff appearance with many races to go. Next week, of course, the boys will be at Legacy Atlanta, so that is a fun track. Woo! Much different than Echo Park.
I'm so excited for that, man, Gene. I mean, well, I was talking to Hilltop after the race in ARCA, and I forgot that we're doing another doubleheader, but a doubleheader where we go to the same track to kind of preview in the ARCA series what you can kind of expect, which I would say, based on today, the ARCA race is pretty close to the way the trucks drove. The Cup cars drove. Pretty close product there. So there was a great preview here. And I think Atlanta is going to be very similar. But the one thing I said to Hilltop, me and Gene, was, oh my God, I thought this was the loosest race I'd raced in my entire life, but we found a looser place to go to next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing just the difference that the car can make, that the track has on you. You think you got her dialed in, and then add in a little bit of heat on those tires, and boy, it all just changes immediately. So here is your updated playoff position, and Grant Applegate still up at the top with that 15-point lead. Now, of course, this is winning you're in, so all of the top 5 drivers are in, as well as Buddy Sully currently being shown in 7th. It takes 9 appearances to qualify for the postseason, so we're going to see most of those guys get it next week, and then I assume Bollinger will be the following. Drivers without a win that you got to take a peek at. Nick Mills, rough day for Nick today. Did fall back in his quest for the regular season championship. Going to take a lot of effort on Nick's part to move up. Eric Gambrell as well. You can see they're moving up 2 spots. Good finish for Eric here today. Ties with Matt Novella. Mickelson moves up a spot. Louis drops a couple, but he's still on that point scale. And then a little bit of a gap behind them to Holler, Stinson. And I think you got to keep an eye on the Colonel, season 2 champion Jack Sanders, and Brandon Guerin finally getting to get a full season behind the wheel of that number 57. So that's another guy. Both those guys, Team NMO Red teammates, battling to get up over the top of the Venom and the Fueled Up Motorsport driver. So a lot to be figured out as we move forward. And then once you look down the rest of that list, though, Zach, then you get into those guys that you think, oh, he could win a race.
Yeah, it's really interesting here.
You know, like Eric Thornton. This guy's
Yeah.
20th, way back, but he keeps threatening. He is one late caution 10-lap run away from winning something. Sean Walton has missed a couple of races. Hopefully everything's good with him. That's another guy inches away from a win. Kenneth Redinger, Daniel Plant-Smith, all those names somebody you got to worry about. Justin Parham, we've seen a lot of speed out of him. It just hasn't been able to put it together late in the race. And you just, it's never over. That number 12 spot could easily shrink to a number 11 spot if one of these guys out of the points chase makes their way in.
Yeah, a lot can change here, me and Gene, especially with winning your in. That is so rare in these series now. MRL, DDIRL, all and BRL, I'm sorry, very closely related at this point. A lot of them sharing their rulebooks or growing off each other's rulebooks with slight adjustments. And one that's kind of died off has been winning your in. But it stayed here on Mondays, and I like it here on Mondays, to be honest. I mean, it may have something to do with me not racing here. But also, there's so many good drivers, like what Stinson was just talking about, to where I really don't think there's anyone here to where if they do win, even if it's at Daytona, Talladega, wherever, in whatever type of race or circumstance, you're going to be like, well, yeah. If that guy was in 22nd, I still see a path to how he could have put it together and pointed his way in. Or if this had not gone wrong for him early in this year and this had not gone wrong for him, he'd be here. It's that way for everybody. And that's why there might be names that you don't normally see, I guess, running in the top 10. They're hanging out around the top 10 in their points. But that just goes to show how hard consistency is here, how hard it is to run up front, and how important it is to finish these races, but also just how quickly that switch can flip. And you can find yourself, I mean, let's just use Steve Lewis, for example, not to pick on Louis at all. But Louis in 11th place, and I'm looking at that minus 100. One bad race from Louis, one connection issue early in a race to where he's going to finish in dead last. He can find himself in 16th place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody is safe out here. And, you know, like, let's just look. We talked about the rookies a little bit earlier. Let's go back over that. You've got Nate Lesko, who's in second, who's a rookie. You got Wyatt Mickelson in 10th, who's a rookie. Ryan Holler, who's 12th in points, is a rookie. So those three rookies finding their groove at the moment. Then let's go a little bit further down and look at the other ones. You got Craig Schroeder. This guy right in the middle, 19th. We've seen some speed out of him, but we've also seen that the contact that other drivers have made with him and that he's made with other drivers. Where do I fit in on the track? That's a big part of what's going to move you up and down the field. Now, I'm not trying to call out the S6 for anything in particular. He's only averaging 6 incidents a race, which is, you know, a respectable number. And then you look at a couple of the other rookies that we have running as well, and those guys really trying to figure out where they fit in onto the track. Brad Furrow, Jay Dargert, the two that I'm looking at, they are currently 24th, 25th in points. So, again, good rookie class overall. And we've seen speed out of all three of the guys that I just named, Schroeder, Furrow, Dargert. But the finishes, how can they get to the end of the race?
Right.
And capitalize on the parts of the race that they are good at and get rid of the parts of the race that they are not having as much success. You know, I look at Dargert there, 9.25 incidents per race. Brad 8.13. So you can see why the certain rookies are a little bit higher versus those lower ones. Again, I'm not putting anybody on blast. They are not just going around wrecking into people at all. It's just contact, and you can't always see when it develops on the track, but I think there are other times where you kind of know when something bad might happen. And I think that awareness just comes as you get more experience around the league. You know when oil and vinegar don't mix. If you see Tony Iverson and Sean Walton getting close to each other and they've already banged a couple of times, that's not the time to go 3 wide into a turn.
Right, and it's a tough thing, Angie, and I take myself back. We've talked a few times about a league I used to run called PRL, and BRL did that thing where they separated their league by the amateur and the pro series, right? they did a really similar thing for us, and we got rejoined with the pros. I remember so many races. I think it was like the first 5 or 6 races of the season. I was running up there with them the first 60-70% of the race. I was in 5th and 6th place. Every lap, though, I'm holding on with everything I have. Every lap, I'm like, I don't know how they do this. I feel like I'm gonna wreck. And it took me 7 races to get that thing across the checkered flag on the lead lap because I was damaging it. I was making that mistake. It's just so much pressure to put on yourself to run with those guys for 120 plus laps, especially in a largely green race like it was today. Not to mention how much you burn your stuff up while these guys may be saving. But what that does, and we also talked about some of our drivers like Skirwick who have improved so much, it chisels you out of stone. And before you know it, that's normal to you, and you're just doing that every week, week in, week out. And the best way to do that, and I guess I could say shorten the time until you're doing that, is just to get this brutal stuff out of the way right now.
I agree. That's a really good point that you made there, is just running at that higher speed. We heard Grant Applegate talk about that as well when he first came into the league last season, how he was burning his stuff up, trying to keep up until he took that step back and was able to run his line, save his stuff, and then be there at the end of the longer races. And hopefully, you know, and I believe that's what we're going to see. This is a really strong rookie class, probably, you know, one of the better ones we've seen come in with those numbers. I mean, that's 6 solid rookies right there that I think could contribute to this league for seasons to come. And so it's just very exciting for the growth to see that those guys come in. And then the comebacks as well, you know, Venom running 3 strong right now throughout this. You know, Highside Hustlers, they got a great point advantage in the team competition. They've won 2 team competitions in a row, but Venom scored more points than them today. So grats to Kenneth and Jay and Justin for putting that together. First time I think we've seen another team outscore them in a single race.
And they're also they're in the lead currently over on Wednesday nights as well, over in the Truck Series. Team Venom running things over there. So really, really strong year so far for them.
Yeah, you just gotta love seeing them back. NMO so strong. You got NMO, you got NMO Red. So lots of teams here. Team Delusional, Highside Hustler. So very healthy, very excited to see the style of driving that we saw today. I didn't see anything truly egregious. You know, loose cars, people are going to get into each other. That's what happens. But overall, great race, very exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens next week at Atlanta. You wanna call any names for next week?
Ooh, so we're going to an ultra loose racetrack. I like guys like Tony Iverson over there. We know he has some of the best car control in this league. I really like his chances. And another guy that, if he continues to show up, is going to be up there week in and week out. And that's Kenneth Redinger. Redinger really, really likes those low grip racetracks. We've seen him be dominant at places like Auto Club, which is what Old Atlanta kind of reminds me of, but a smaller version of it. And of course, you got to be thinking about Lesko. We don't know Nate Lesko's driving style entirely yet. We're still learning about him. Every week we get to see him. This will be a kind of new experience, getting to see how he does at a low grip mile and a half. But can't count out Lesko. And then last but not least, an obvious one, and that has got to be Grant Applegate. He loves the Larson line, and Old Atlanta is one of the places where the Larson line became famous.
I love it. I love it. All right, so you took a few names, so I'm going to do the same.
Do it.
First guy I'm gonna pick up has to be your top points guy who doesn't have a win. I'm gonna say, let's look at Nick Mills next week. Want to see what Nick does at Atlanta. Got a lot of speed, and we've seen a lot of patience out of Nick as well. I think once he finds that perfect balance of aggression and strategy, it's gonna be a very tough guy to beat. I'm gonna call out a rookie dude. I'm gonna say, let's see what Wyatt Mickelson can do next week. That 51, been competitive the last 3 weeks. I think the speed of the league is finally coming into him. I want to see what the 51 does next week.
I like that.
And yeah, you know, those are my 2 pay attentions. And I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna copy you. I'm gonna say Redinger.
Yeah, he's a scary one, man, Gene.
Dude, he won the initial. He won the first. Oh, I almost demonetized this again. He won the first special event that we did. He the full length Daytona. This guy won championships in ARCA. He says he doesn't like the car, but the more you run it, the better you're going to like it. And I just think he's on the edge, and he's got a really strong team to work with as well.
Which is huge. Being able to control the front of the field. That was a really big thing for Redinger here today, was having his teammate there of Stinson with him to really control the front of the field during that restart. And yeah, it's nice to see someone other than Gulf Coast. It used to be DDI or DDI 44 ever over in the truck series trying to put the fight to Gulf Coast, and now Venom making me proud and also really looking unbelievably strong. And we're not even mentioning High Side Hustlers. What an unbelievably stacked league this has become.
Yeah, it's just been a pleasure for us to broadcast this week in, week out. I hope you guys at home are enjoying watching this stuff as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Every week you're seeing a group of the same names and then new names pop up here and there. We got amazing rookies. We got comeback stories like, Redinger ran, then he left. Now he's back with his whole team. We saw Buddy Sully had to leave for a little while. Buddy Sully's back. So the stories just keep writing themselves, and we are just lucky enough to try to hold on for 8 seconds before the Bronco bucks us off. That is, I think that's about wrap us up. But before we go, you know how you can see more of this stuff. You got to watch the Vortex Racing Network. Best way to do that, subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed. I know you guys at home are, but tell your friends. Let's get some more true believers of high racing on the asphalt and concrete right here. Doubleheader on Monday. You just watched an amazing one. Hillside Top brought you the DDI ARCA series, and then doubleheader live with Zach and myself here for the Monday Night Mayhem. Tomorrow night, you're going to see the Dennis Bucket Big Truck and Tuesday series. Once again, we'll be back. Mean Gene and Zach Panzarella. Smokin' Joe's going to join us in the booth as well, as they've only got 2 races left in their regular season to figure out.
After what Joe Volpus has done to him.
Anybody can stop Joe Volpus.
You're going to reset it at least.
Yeah, and then get to the chase. And, the great part about their playoffs is no playoff points.
Yeah,
all
no bonus
that'll
points,
be
right?
set back to 0.
Wow.
So every week it'll be a reset, and we'll see what they can do. Wednesday night, of course, we've seen some amazing racing, the MRL DDI Moonlight Truck Series inaugural season, as we saw 2 great leagues with lots of seasons under their belt come together for just huge fields and all-star lineup, something you're going to want to see. Zach, where are we broadcasting this time?
Texas. We'll see if anyone has anything for, get this is a new fresh driver. His name is Joseph Volpus over there on a Wednesday night. So we'll see if anyone has anything for that new young gun, Joseph Volpus.
Yeah, Tejas going to watch the high banks of Texas. Cannot wait to do that. Also, Mean Gene will be there for the May race. So if you're going to be in Texas for the May race, give me a holler. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the pits, in a camper, in a bar.
Oh, that's the good life. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, Thursday, Quantum Contender Series coming soon. Kevin Kyle still haven't announced who he's going to be broadcasting with. It's a secret, but we have let you know. It won't be, it won't be Let's Go. It won't be Kevin James. Won't be Larry McReynolds.
We've narrowed it down a little.
Won't be Tony Stewart. So we're narrowing it down, slowly letting these guys off the hook week by week. And then Sunday, of course, the Bonfire Racing League's Premier Cup Series just completed their 2nd race of the year at Echo Park. That league still recruiting. If you have a I rating of lower 2,000, that is the place for you. You're going to want to reach out to the admins over there, David Brenner, Joe Volpus, David Buell. Get in touch with them if you'd like to run on the Next Gen Sunday morning. And that thing, it's over before anything happens. So,
no, it really is.
You can enjoy the rest of your day and just have a good one. That's going to wrap up.
I said, you really can? If they let me play, I'd be over there.
You're too fast. They don't want us, man.
I know.
The things that we would do to those boys. That's why they got the 2K league cap. They don't want this booth on that track.
They call it the Zach and Mean Gene rule.
Yeah, you can't. It's a mean Zach rule.
Exactly.
It's a hard rule, and they're not going to change.
Oh, is that a mean Zach rule? Oh, damn. Okay.
It's the mean Zach. But, you know, if you got a 2K rating and you want to run with some nice guys, all these leagues under the Vortex Racing Network umbrella, just filled with good guys that you would want to be affiliated
Amazing
with.
leagues.
And, yeah, you know, and you're going to have fun, and then you get to go back later and watch the race and break it down the way that you would like to. Thank you again to Tony Iverson and the Highside Hustlers for sponsoring the postseason, the post-race show. Thank you so much, brother. And, of course, to our amazing sponsors, Fish Speed Brakes, Jordan Fisher and his team, just putting together an organization. He likes to say they're not the fastest guys out there, but they're really quick, and the info and data that they give you, real lifetime, each track, Garage 61. You want to check it out. Give him a look. Jordan Fisher and his team of coaches over there at Fish Speed Brakes. Thank you to Sim and Destroy Racing Company, Kevin Kyle, putting together this merchandise company. He's got some really nice shirts, got hats coming into the picture now, and just really great material. 100% cotton, large graphics on those shirts. You're going to be proud to wear this around. People are going to ask you where you got it. And, you know, you can tell the ones you like where you got it, and you can tell the ones you don't like where they can put it. Sim and Destroy Racing Company.
That's a catchphrase right there.
Here it
Oh, man. And then, of course, Kevin Kyle's initial endeavor, KK Woodscape, sponsoring trophies across the umbrella, supplied our amazing trophy for the Drive for 500 that Kenneth Redinger will soon be receiving, donating the trophy this year for Season 6 of MRL. If you got need, he's got wood. KK Woodscapes.
You're just killing it with the catchphrases. I love it.
Yeah. And the Highside Hustlers as well. Thank you again, Tony Iverson, for all you do. Gonna wrap us up from Richmond as we see Nate Lesko pick up his second win of the season. Come back, check us out tomorrow night as we will bring you all the action for the Tuesday night series. On behalf of myself, Mean Gene Money, Zach Panzarella, all the league admins in the Moonlight Racing League, every sponsor we got at home, and thanks so much to you, the viewer, for making all of this possible. Have a lovely night, and as always, bottoms up and hammer down.